since it has received some minor buffs, mostly that it won't drop so often, and a small long-range accuracy buff. So I decided to try and use it and see what will actually happen. Will it be effective, or will it be, as I suspect, be plain rubbish? So let's try keep an eye on it. Already now the Grenadiers themselves have managed 18 kills, so the rifles are certainly effective. And we see another LMG-42 being equipped. Might as well use them for maximum effect, if there is any effect. And up here we are seeing the snipers once more moving ahead, and once more the Nebelwerfer howls at the Americans and their sneaky sniper tactics. Apparently blowing up a shed and setting it on fire, but not really managing anything else. And suppressing an American heavy machine gun team. And there we go, firing away, and the Grenadiers are taking a lot of fire, but not really managing to kill anything, despite the best efforts of the MG42. Barely does any damage, actually. This MG42 actually does a lot more. Snipers taking out further foes Grenadiers. Snipers continuing to haunt the battlefield, and another Calliope barrage goes off. Pioneers having repaired this Duke 4 though, so it still stands. And the anti-tank gun slowly creeps forward under the barrage itself, and still no further rifleman teams, which is certainly limiting his range of effectiveness. Stuke 4 and MG42 blasting away. This MG42 though is cleared out, leaving only this Stuke to actually deal with any infantry. Bike moving ahead, and again one shot, one kill, so I'm not entirely sure there's any effectiveness there. And a firestorm going off. Will it kill anything? Yes, it does kill one crew member, and another completely clearing out this anti-tank gun, but nothing else. Still, it does mean that my Stuke can range about in safety. And this rifleman team is certainly exposed. Pioneers and foes gunners and Grenadiers moving in. And the Nebelwerfer again firing like a chorus to this symphony of the fatherland. Trying to hit some of these snipers and damaging them a bit, but not really doing anything else, I fear. Foes Grenadiers getting suppressed. Grenadiers moving in with LMG-42, of course taking a lot of sniper fire. And firing, and it does manage to actually kill one, but the foes Grenadiers with BARs do seem to do a lot more damage, in fact. And does manage to actually kill one more, so not entirely bad, but still, we'll have to see what the rest of the fight will bring. Further sniper fire, and these foes Grenadiers are forced to retreat. And another bike, and this time perhaps I should have at least tried to get one sniper, or perhaps another Nebelwerfer, instead of just throwing out bikes. That's again my sort of foolish mistake, but again I do have an aversion to using snipers. Again, it's sort of that high management thing at least. And again, one shot, one kill. A bit tiresome really, since this means these snipers can just move ahead undercover with little to actually halt them. Pioneers repairing this Stuke, and my Nebelwerfer moving slightly closer to this building to receive cover, because on map artillery do fire in a parabolic arc, meaning that it won't actually be able to hit this Nebelwerfer, and most of it in fact will, as you notice, crash right into this building. So much helpful for this Nebelwerfer. So, and we do have a small engagement here. Riflemen taking fire. Will the LMG-42 do anything? Does manage to kill one, but that is it. The rest are managed by rifle kills, so nothing impressive there. And another fires Nebelwerfer barrage. Snipers trying to get out of there. Large force of Grenadiers and foes Grenadiers moving ahead. And the HMG fires away. Snipers firing away. Only one hitting though. And the Stuke for also joining into the fight. Taking a bit of fire, and perhaps we'll see a firestorm going off there. Grenades and foes Grenadier fire clearing out, and we have the firestorm there. Possibly, yes indeed, a fresh rifleman team. And the firestorm clearing out this anti-tank gun, leaving only this rifleman to deal with this Duke, and this will certainly be able to suppress them very swiftly if they're not careful. And of course the main gun also fires away. And the snipers are moving ahead. Will they take shots at the medics once more? These evil fiends. Apparently Yes, they do, of course. The snipers. And further shots are fired at the Volksgrenadiers. The Volksgrenadiers trying to stop this seizure of territory. And what is this? A Sherman, an M4 Sherman, the first armor assets being sent out onto the field, besides the Calliope, that is. With only a damaged Duke to hold them back. Certainly not promising. But the Duke is able to hold these riflemen at all. Killing a few of them, but yes, there we go, suppressing them. Sticky bomb going off. Completely knocking it out, most tragically. Grenadiers with LMG-42 moving in. Snipers forced to retreat. And the pack having to move ahead there from its reserve position, trying to protect the western arc, but firing off on this anti-tank gun. This, oh dear, the Nebelwerfer is in a perilous situation, might easily be wrecked. But the anti-tank gun does manage to force away this Sherman, and a Calliope barrage goes in, wrecking the Nebelwerfer. Absolutely tragic. But I do still hold the western side, albeit I might want to consider moving some of my infantry away, since it certainly seems like he's, with this sort of heavy attrition, of course, all of these snipers, unable to really continue the fight, and only one supply yard upgrade so far. And let's in fact go have a look at him, see at his income. Certainly not entirely bad. Could certainly be better. Still mostly snipers, a bit of armor, and some infantry teams, but certainly not the main effort. Still continuing to use snipers, plenty. Anti-tank gun moving in, and the Sherman is in its sights, firing away. First shot doing a bit extra damage, and perhaps another shot might knock it out, or it might not. The Sherman does seem to be getting away. Riflemen though a bit exposed to the Volksgrenadiers, and possibly some Grenadiers if they can move up. There we go, Grenadiers opening up. Not really hitting with that LMG-42. Again, it seems to be not really doing much differently. And we see snipers here next to the anti-tank gun, moving ahead once more.
We have a threat to our victory point.
And this victory point finally going into my hands again. So far I've managed to stabilize the front on a more vertical line, or horizontal, I mean horizontal. And Volksgrenadier is moving ahead only to be fired at the snipers. This one gaining veterancy free, meaning he can actually run while cloaked, and a firestorm going off, hoping to get some snipers with it. Will I succeed? Seem to only actually damage them quite a lot, but not actually kill them, most tragically. But I do get that anti-tank gun wrecked once more. Fresh Stug on the field though. And we see another Sherman on it actually as well. Stug moving ahead. Sherman only repaired a bit. Perhaps could be via the field repairs ability, and a lot of munitions. Quite a lot in fact. Floating them. But at the same time hurting in the manpower department. No sticky bombs it seems. Riflemen's getting slaughtered right there. And we see a fresh Grenadier team as well. Probably recovered from all the wounded in the medical bunker. We see field repairs going off though, and the Stug bounces off right on the rear. We see this German clearing out the west though, and trying to take this anti-tank gun, but sniper fire does make it a slightly bad idea. Stug moving ahead to try and hunt things down. Snipers holding their fire, apparently not entirely sure what to do, but continuing nonetheless. Concealed right in the open, I'm not entirely sure there. And 2 Grenadiers down. Grenadiers will have to get out of there. Another down. 3 Grenadiers down. Absolutely terrible. But I do still have the majority of the infantry on the field. And let's return to me. What do we see? Another Stug to probably try and clear out that Sherman in the west. And we see some snipers and riflemen moving towards the north point again, as I do have managed to secure the eastern victory point. And another sniper shot at these Grenadiers, and we see another firestorm heading off right there to try and prevent these riflemen from taking the point. And Stug absolutely slaying a sniper team. In fact, it's the... no, it wasn't the Veterancy 3 though. That would have been fun. Still a very good shot, and certainly helpful for me. In particular, since he does seem very keen on getting 2 sniper teams at all times. Sherman now being hit upon by this Stug 4. Stug 4 moving in, and with a exposed side armor, certainly it will look bad. Rear armor hit, always nice. Continued fighting here as well as Stug and Volksgrenadier duel with these riflemen. And the King Tiger is ready. Schwerer Panzer Abteilung 503. Ready to aid with King Tigers. Sniper getting perilously close to getting exposed by these dashing Volksgrenadiers. We do see a bit of continued fighting here. A duel between the Stug and the Sherman. Who will win? Cannot say, but Volksgrenadiers moving in with Panzerfaust, it seems. And the Stug trying to get away. Possibly sticky bombs on this rifleman. Always assume that the rifleman has sticky bombs. Otherwise you might very easily end up losing an armored unit, or at least getting it disabled. Pioneers having taken this anti-tank gun, but are quickly cleared out. Bit sad. Stug trying to get away and put enough distance between it and the rifleman so it can actually fly away. Looks like the crewman of this gun killed the rifleman actually with his Luger. Very nicely done. But Stug now turns around and open fire. Not actually hitting anything. MG now opening as well, and still nothing. Rifleman now gaining veterancy 2, meaning increased sticky bomb range. And a Sherman charging ahead under the cover of the Calliope. What do we have here? An anti-tank gun and the Sherman trying to protect it against this evil Stug. Because that depends on the side, but who you're on. And we see the anti-tank gun hitting the hill instead of actually the Stug. Shot bounces off, but the Stug probably is wise to get out of there. And fighting against this M4 Sherman, Volksgrenadier is trying to set up positions behind on this anti-tank gun. This Sherman might be in a bit of trouble. We see the LMGs once more firing, but not really managing to do anything. Not in fact even hitting any of these riflemen. And we do see 2 heavy machine guns right here. A bit interesting actually. And a sniper stands all by himself. A bit exposed. Stug getting a bit too close to these riflemen. Grenadiers are ready to open fire. The LMG not really doing much again. Stug killing a rifleman and also suppressing with its MG42. But Grenadiers coming under fire from the sniper. And we see a bit of more continued fighting as the Stug continues to blast away at these riflemen. And this one is looking a bit shabby, but with these Grenadiers to help it certainly might hold out a bit, although repairs would be nice. And there we go. King Tiger, Königs Tiger, Tiger 2, whatever you call it. A beautiful piece of machinery, albeit a bit slow. Firing away, 80mm high velocity gun, and of course very thick armor, causing the sniper to completely panic. Stug joining in as well, fighting away at this Sherman, and of course the Calliope. Anti-tank gun cleared out, and we see riflemen moving in from the east. Will probably try and drop a sticky bomb on this King Tiger, but the King Tiger does not care. All it wants to do is crush Shermans, and this Calliope is dangerously close to being completely wrecked. Sticky bomb going off on the King Tiger though. And the Sherman charging ahead, knocking out the Stug. Most tragic. But these riflemen are forced to retreat, and this King Tiger is slowly pulling back for repairs. I'll have to get some pioneers for that though. Does not look like I have some, but some will be trained. So far the situation has been slightly stabilized again, once more securing victory points for the fatherland, and the Stug also pulling back, having been heavily damaged in this engagement. And now the King Tiger for some reason turns around, completely exposing its rear armor. I rather dislike when that happens. And we see a Pershing has hit the field. The American answer to the King Tiger, and Tiger has a 90mm gun, but strangely enough it doesn't actually have quite the penetration of the high velocity